Good day everyone, Brad here with a new mock alternate build, this time from LEGO set 75406 Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle. Now I've got to be honest with you, it was really tricky to come up with something from this set because it is mostly flat pieces, big long flat pieces. I was thinking of some Star Wars ships, none of them seemed to work, but then I came up with the idea of why not the Blackbird from X-Men? I saw a picture of an SR-71 and thought that would be cool. I've been wanting to make one for a while, but then I realized I didn't know if that would work out too well. But the Blackbird would be perfect because there are a lot of weird angles and different shapes like that. Yeah, I just want to talk about this one a little bit. Now, it's mostly based off of the ones in X2 and X-Men 3, which I must say, X-Men 3, X-Men United is probably my favorite X-Men movie. Don't ask me why. Don't really have a good reason, but I do love that movie. Let's take a closer look at some of the details here on this build. And here we are with the X-Men Blackbird. I really liked how this turned out. Again, with that set right there, it was very tricky to figure out what I could possibly build. And this one is pretty cool in my opinion. Now you'll see it sits there on the stand, and I'll kind of show you a little bit more of that later. But first I want to kind of give you a 360 view of the build. So for size reference, this is still, I guess, technically midi scale because it's not minifigure scale, and you can see the cockpit up here. So there's Captain Quint again, kind of sitting here next to the build. So this is a very large build. It does take up quite a bit of space. Now you'll see the design, I kind of intentionally brought it up here at the front. It slopes down a little and then just barely again here at the back to help make it as sleek as possible. And then in the back, I wanted to make sure to get these two kind of engines right here. I purposely kind of added the accent of gray just to make it stand out a little more. And then one of the trickier parts, but really fun parts, was getting these angles here on the back. How these wings kind of bend out and bend down. One little feature I kind of threw in there myself is the running lights, because on planes and ships you'll have red and green port and starboard running lights. So I wanted to make sure to include that here. They're also on the bottom sides of these. And then in the back we just have the other side of the engine. Now the stand you'll see is the exact same one from the set, with the exception of up here, there's just two little studs added to help support the plane, and then the nameplate at the front is not there. Which I actually don't use those hinge pieces in this build. This uses most pieces in the set, but it doesn't use the hinge pieces, so if you want to put a stand there or keep the same one, you actually can. And then the build itself is actually very solid and swooshable. And that is because I reinforced the bottom quite a lot. So here's the bottom. It is very solid, however I will say if you put it down flat, the wings in the back will probably go back to being flat. So if I lift the wing up, now they're flat. Solid build. You can pick it up from the front, swing it around, hold it like an axe if you want. It is totally solid. Alright, that is going to do it for this alternate build from Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle into the Blackbird from X-Men. I will have instructions for this available in the description down below to my Rebrickable page and all of the other mocks I've built over the years. Be sure to let me know what you want to see in the future. It's hard to say if I'll be making anything else from this set just because the pieces are so tricky to work with, and there's not a whole lot of them. I'll see what comes to mind, but if there's anything you all have ideas for, stuff you might want to see, be sure to let me know and maybe I will consider it. So that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.